And a most pleasant good morning to you wherever you may be. We are live from Magical Acres in Chesterfield, New Jersey. Absolutely beautiful facility here in the center of the Garden State. For the second of our 8 The First Mile broadcasts, presented by 412 Communications, brought to you by the Hambletonian Society, the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, and Northwood Bloodstock. 9 races on tap today. As mentioned via our social media channels earlier, most likely a partial card from us today, as our entire crew has to pack up and head to Harrah's, Philadelphia in time for the 12:25 opener there. But as far as things are concerned, for today's 2-year-old races at Magical Acres, post time is 8:30 a.m. So an 8:30 start time, just a few minutes from now. And as you can see, for our 9-race card, just a couple driver changes reported so far. In the second race, number 2, Top Genius, will be driven by David Miller. Number 1, Lose Beach in race 5 will be driven also by David Miller. As far as changes, that's all we've got right now. And we will do our absolute best to keep you posted on those as we work our way through this Wednesday morning. Of harness racing at Magical Acres here in Chesterfield, New Jersey. First race field will be coming onto the track in just a few minutes as we get a closer look at some more of harness racing stars of tomorrow here on the First Mile.
Right. Yannick's driving the 5-horse in the 6th race. Yannick.
65, Jangra.
Oh yeah, so he's not, so that means there'll be a change on 6-2.
Sarah. Sarah.
76 degrees Fahrenheit here in Chesterfield, New Jersey. A little bit of a hazy, misty morning, but that's burned off nicely over the last couple hours. The track is fast and horses are coming onto the track right now. For race number 1. Here at Magical Acres. And it looks like we're going to have something resembling a post parade here on this Wednesday morning. So we'll take a close look at this first race field. Number 1 is 7 Air, owned by Wanda Polisani's Purple Haze Stables, trained and driven by Trond Smedshammer. Number 2 is Holland's, owned by the Purple Haze Stables, trained by Trond Smedshammer. Philip Scott's son Stebby handling the driving duties. There's a look at 3 Golden Girl K, owned by Winning Key Incorporated, trained by Per Engblom, driven by Yannick Gingras, and completing the field was 4 Bold and Beautiful. Owned by Marvin Katz, Al Libfeld, and Sam Goldband, trained by Jonas Arneson, and driven by David Miller. A field of 4 2-year-old trotting fillies will contest this first of 9 2-year-old races. Again, Philip Scott, son Stebby, driving number 2 Holland's here in race number 1 this morning. Holland's the most expensive in the field. A $150,000 Harrisburg purchase from Hanover Shoe Farms by Wanda Polisani's Purple Haze Stables, and one of 2 Trond Smedshammer trainees. In the field, the other being 7 Air from the inside, whom Trond himself is driving. 7 Air sold for $60,000 from Millstream Incorporated to the Purple Haze Stables. Essentially a 1-for-1 trade with Bold and Beautiful, who went to Jonas Arneson, bought back at Lexington by breeders Katz, Libfeld, and Goldband for $60,000. And of course, Golden Girl K races for Winning Key Incorporated, founded by the late, great Bob Key. Four 2-year-old trotting fillies are moving into line for the first of 9 this morning at Magical Acres. We'll hear a little bit from John Piasek a little bit later on this morning, too. Starting gate is rolling. 7 Air. Trond Smedshammer from the inside. Holland's and Philip Scott, son Stebby. Golden Girl K, Yannick Gingras for Per Engblom. Bold and Beautiful, David Miller for Jonas Arneson. They've reached the backstretch. They're set to go 1 mile. Gate swing back. Away they go to an even start, and 7 Air up the inside is left best of any. She pushes through to a 2-length lead. Holland's and Golden Girl K dispute second. Bold and Beautiful on the purple is out wide on the track as they bank into the first turn. And she's dropped back 6 lengths off leader 7 Air. They're single file, 7 Air leading by a length and 3/4. Golden Girl K is second. Hollance is third by 2.5. And Bold and Beautiful at the back of the pack is 6 lengths off the lead. There is absolutely no pressure on 7 Air as they come off the first turn and move in front of us. 7 Air going at a leisurely tempo. Leads Golden Girl K by a length and a half. Hollance is third, still by 2. Bold and Beautiful, last of the quartet, has 5.5 lengths to make up and 9/16 of a mile to do it. 7 Air continues to just coast along, leading to the half-mile pole by a length and a half. We'll get you the summary of the sectionals at the conclusion of the race. Golden Girl K has enjoyed a cozy pocket ride. She had to work a little bit to get the second spot from Hollance in the early go of it. Hollance tracking tightly while 3 lengths from the lead with 3 furlongs to go. Bold and Beautiful has 5 to make up from last of the 4, and 7 Air has not yet even broken a sweat. Now here comes Golden Girl K up to challenge on the outside as they head to the quarter pole. Golden Girl K now on level pegging with 7 Air, and they've got 2 on Hollance. Bold and Beautiful gets the green light 2 from David Miller. She strides up into a joint third. She's on the move wide of Hollance, now swinging 3 wide. Just 2 lengths would separate the entire field as they reach the top of the home straight. 7 Air, a half in front. Now Bold and Beautiful going better down the grandstand side. Bold and Beautiful up alongside and past to beat 7 Air on the line by a widening length. Golden Girl K and Hollance followed them in. And we'll get you the times momentarily. Split times were 32 and 2 for the quarter, 103 and 2 for the half, 134 and 1 for 3/4, and a 28 and 2 closing sectional to cap a 2:02 and 3 mile. 32 and 2, 103 and 2, 134 and 1, and the final time 2:02 and 3. Bold and Beautiful angled 3 wide through the far turn and was able to collar 7 Air in the final yards of that 28 and 2 closing quarter. For Bold and Beautiful, she probably came home about 27 and 3. She's a 2-year-old brown filly by Muscle Hill out of the credit winner mare To Dream On. Owned by breeders Marvin Katz, Al Libfeld, and Sam Goldband. Trained by Jonas Sernesson and driven to victory this morning by the Buckeye, David Miller. Stand by for first race finishing order. We'll bring you that momentarily. This is the first mile from 412 Communications, brought to you by the Hambletonian Society and Northwood Bloodstock.
Saturday, August 7th at the Meadowlands Racetrack. The top 3-year-old filly trotters and colt trotters compete to become champions in the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks and the $1 million Hambletonian. The greatest day in harness racing features over $3.4 million in purses. Details at hambletonian.com. The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, presented by Lidfeld Cats Breeding Partnership, will raise money for 4 local charities this fall: the New Jersey Special Olympics, Encourage Kids Foundation, the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund, and the John Thurr Cancer Center. Thanks to platinum sponsors Nancy Tactor, Ron Burke, Nifty Norman, Brett Pelling, and Tony Alanya. Gold sponsors Dale Valente Farms, Concord Farm, Marcus Molander, Julie Miller, Linda Toscano, and Hogan Equine Clinic. And drivers Dexter Dunn, Yannick Gingras, Tim TETRICK, and Dave Miller.
Welcome back to the first mile. Live from Chesterfield, New Jersey's Magical Acres. First race just complete. here's a look at the first race finishing order. 7 Air was second. Holland's fourth. Golden Girl K third. Bold and Beautiful was the winner. Rechecking 2, 4, 3, 1. Winning time for Bold and Beautiful, 2 minutes, 2 3/5 seconds. The Hambletonian Society. Northwood Bloodstock. The Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, presented by the Liebfeld Cats Breeding Partnership. And 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions for small businesses. Bringing you today's 2-year-old action from Magical Acres. Moving on to race number 2. First we see of Pacers today. To Top Genius, driven by David Miller. For our captain Hanover, Todd McCarthy. That last change just coming in. And horses are on the track. For race number 2. 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. One is Camouflage Money. Owned by the South Mountain Stables, Camelot Stable, and JAF Racing. Trained by Linda Toscano, the $95,000 Harrisburg purchase, driven by Scott Zeron. Number 2, wherever he may be, Top Genius. There he is on the back, stretch over by the 5/16 pole. Owned by Cohen DeRocker, Camelot Stable and Decker, trained by Linda Toscano, $62,000 Harrisburg purchase by American Ideal, driven by David Miller. Note the change. Number 3 is A Deal's a Deal, owned by James Slendorn and the LST Stables in partnership with trainer Kelvin Harrison. A $25,000 Harrisburg acquisition by American Ideal, driven today by William Harrison. Four is our captain, Hanover. There he is, the son of Captain Treacherous, owned by the Ron Coyne Stables, Blair Corbeil and Edward Pachuta. Trained by Ron Coyne, driven by Todd McCarthy. Note the driver change from the original listing of Andy McCarthy. 5 is Alternate Universe. Hidden back on the far turn a little bit. Son of Better's Delight, owned by Joseph Davino, Brad Shackman, and the Drennan Stable. They paid $95,000 for this White Birch Farm bred colt. Nick Drennan trains, George Brennan drives. And completing the field is 6 Mask On, Mask Off. $40,000 Harrisburg purchase, a gelding by Always Be Mickey, owned and trained by Cody Kime, and driven by Andy McCarthy. Full look at the second race field once again. 2 Toscano trainees, starting from the inside barriers, Camouflage Money and Top Genius. Then A Deal's a Deal for Kelvin Harrison, our captain Hanover. Alternate Universe and Mask On, Mask Off. Completing the half dozen to move into position. And the starting gate is rolling for race number 2. Taking up their positions from the inside, Camouflage Money, Top Genius. In the middle, A Deal's a Deal and Our Captain Hanover. Alternate Universe and Mask On, Mask Off complete this field of 6 as they wheel onto the Magical Acres backstretch. Journalist Ken Weingartner among the throng, joining us on hand today for Magical Acres. Field is set. Gates Fly Racing, Top Genius left best of any. Alternate Universe floated forward and is going to try to duck into the pocket. He'll be able to do just that in front of Camouflage Money as they race into the first turn, and now Top Genius speeds away to lead by a length and 3/4, 1 furlong in. Alternate Universe is second. Camouflage Money is third by 3.5. A Deal's a Deal is fourth. Our Captain Hanover is fifth. And Mask On, Mask Off is at the back of the single file sextet as they angle off the first turn. 10 would cover them, and Top Genius controls the terms outright by a length and a half, tracked by Alternate Universe in second spot. Camouflage Money is 2 lengths back in third with a circuit to go. From the top trio, we come back another 7 to A Deal's a Deal in fourth by 4. Our Captain Hanover and Mask On, Mask Off remain the detached trailing twosome as they round the lower turn. And Top Genius has yet to be challenged. His lead's a comfortable 2 lengths with 4 furlongs to go. Alternate Universe in second. Camouflage Money still close in tow from third. 3.5, now 4.5 off the lead as Top Genius hits the accelerator upon reaching the backstretch. A Deal's a Deal's working closer to the second flight. Still 4.5 lengths out of third, but 9 off the lead. Top Genius remains 3.5 clear as they head to the quarter pole. Mask On, Mask Off, while fifth has got to be about 18 off them. And 4 away last of all, Our Captain Hanover. 3/4 has completed. Midway around the far turn, Top Genius has pulled away now by 9. Camouflage Money works up into second. Alternate Universe can do no more. They're followed still by A Deal's a Deal, Mask On, Mask Off, and Our Captain Hanover. And Top Genius absolutely looks the part. He's on cruise control at the winning post, well in hand, and 10 in front. Camouflage Money second in, then Alternate Universe, A Deal's a Deal, farther back fourth in. Mask On, Mask Off, and Our Captain Hanover were the last 2 home. Waiting for the sectional times.
Still didn't work for the quarter, you know? I guess we'll just...
Those being reported to us at the conclusion of the race. $30-4 for the quarter, 1 minute and 3/5 of a second for the half. And then Top Genius picked it up the far side, 28-2 for his third quarter, bringing us to a 129 3/4 split. And 27-4 home concluded a solid 156 and 4 mile. Top Genius certainly looked the part. The $62,000 purchase from breeder Robert Newman is a son of American Ideal and above average. Owned by Cohen, DeRocker, the Camelot stable, and Decker. Linda Toscano trains David Miller was aboard for the winning drive. Finishing order in as well. Camouflage Money second. Top Genius was the winner. A Deal fourth. Our Captain Hanover sixth. Alternate Universe third. Mask on, Mask off was fifth. Rechecking 2:14, 6:3, and 5. Again, the winning time for Top Genius, 1 minute 56 and 4/5 seconds. We'll take a timeout. This is the first mile brought to you by 412 Communications, the Hambletonian Society, and Northwood Bloodstock.
The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge presented by Lidfeld Cats Breeding Partnership will raise money for 4 local charities this fall. The New Jersey Special Olympics, Encourage Kids Foundation, the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund, and the John Thurr Cancer Center. Thanks to platinum sponsors Nancy Tactor, Ron Burke, Nifty Norman, Brett Pelling, and Tony Alagna. Gold sponsors Dale Valente Farms, Concord Farm, Marcus Melander, Julie Miller, Linda Toscano, and Hogan Equine Clinic. And drivers Dexter Dunn, Yannick Gingras, Tim TETRICK, and Dave Miller.
Moving on now to race number 3 here from beautiful Magical Acres. 2-year-old Colts and Geldings on the trot. And as we understand it, this one will go as programmed. At least no duplicates to worry about as far as drivers. Castlehouse, Gingras, Chaphart, Smedshammer, Senna and Foget, Robertson, Brennan, Grand Spa, and Ziron. Horses are on the track. They're moving along pretty well here at Magical Acres, so we'll give you a look at the field right now. Heading back into the far turn. Looks like Castlehouse is a little bit hidden. There he is. Owned by Winning Key Incorporated. Trained by Per Engblom, the son of Conway Hall. A Key homebred, driven by Yannick Gingras. Two Chaphart is owned by Wanda Polisani's Purple Haze Stables. A $30,000 Lexington acquisition from Steve Jones and Fairwinds Farm is trained and driven by the American Viking, Trond Smedshammer. Three is Senna, owned by the Engblom Stable and Doug Sipple. Purchased for $25,000 from Crawford Farms, the son of Trixton, trained by Pat Engblom, driven by Kasper Foget. Four is Robertson, owned by Davino, Shackman, and the Drennan Stable, trained by Nick Drennan, the son of Muscle Hill, purchased for $60,000 at Lexington from Jeff Garral and Moon Goddess LLC, is entrusted to George Brennan. And farther on up the stretch, in the blue jacket, 5 Grand Spa, owned and bred by Winback Farm, trained by Linda Toscano, the son of E.L. Titan, driven this day by Scott Ziron. Sponsorship opportunities are available here on the first mile. Of course, the run continues all through the month of June, Monday mornings from Gateway Farm, Wednesday mornings from here in Chesterfield, New Jersey at Magical Acres. Delighted to have so far over 3,000 views from Monday's 12-race program at Gateway. And a special thanks to each and every one of you joining us right now. From Chesterfield, New Jersey on this Wednesday morning. Castle House, Jean-Gras Forengblom. Chaphart, Smedshammer. Senna, Foget Forengblom. Robertson, Brennan for Drennan. Grand Spa, Ziron for Toscano. So as mentioned earlier, sponsorship opportunities are available. To get your name in front of a pretty substantial audience of horse people, harness racing enthusiasts, fans of the sport, stakeholders. Email James at 412communications.com to learn more. Trotters for race 3. Here at Magical Acres, moving into line. Seems standard practice here at Magical Acres will be to get you the sectionals in one fell swoop at the end of the race. Gates are back, away they go. Senna had a sharp beginning out the middle. Castlehouse and Robertson float forward. Castlehouse from the pole is going to protect pocket position as Senna just floats out to a length and 3/4 lead moving into the first turn. A furlong in, he's up by 2 from Castlehouse in second. Robertson is third. Grand Spa works into fourth, 5 lengths off the lead, and 2 away last is Chaphart. They are single file rounding this first turn with Senna, the son of Trixton, controlling the terms and leading Castlehouse by a length and a half. Engblom trainees 1-2 as they move in front of us. Robertson continues to stalk them from third as they pass the winning post on the first occasion. Grand Spa, while fourth, is in the clear and 4.5 from the lead. Chaphart is 2 back last of all, but still well in touch. 7 lengths behind Senna, who approaches the half-mile pole, traveling smoothly in hand to Foget, and a length and a half in front of Castlehouse, who's tightened up smartly in the pocket. Robertson continues along in third with 3.5 furlongs to go, and now 3.5 to make up as Senna lets out a notch at their point of departure. Grand Spa is 6 lengths behind, still moving smoothly along in fourth, and Chaphart is 2.5 off last of all. Senna has gradually extended his lead to now be 3 lengths approaching the quarter pole. Make it 3.5. Castlehouse is joined wide by Robertson. Those two a joint second midway on the home turn. They're 6 better than Grand Spa, and Chaphart out the back. Coming to the final furlong. Senna under siege from Robertson. Castlehouse has had a dreamy pocket ride, but now with no room coming to the final 150. Senna still in front. Robertson closing to within a half. Now a neck. These two to the line together. Robertson and Senna together at the winning post. 1.5 better than Castlehouse. Then Grand Spa about 6 back in fourth. Chaphart was never involved, checking in as one of the back markers as well.
I tried yelling him there, but
Sectional times 31 and 2, 103 and 4, 102 or 132 and 3. Winning time 2 minutes and 4/5, and the photograph confirms that it was 4. Robertson, who was victorious. After stalking comfortably in 3rd, the son of Muscle Hill made his move heading into the far turn, worked alongside Senna, and just collared him at the winning post. George Brennan drove for trainer Nick Drennan, whose Drennan Stable LLC shares ownership with Joseph Davino and Brad Shackman. They purchased Robertson for $60,000 from the Lexington Select Yearling Sale from Jeff Garral and Moon Goddess LLC, the winning breeders. Stand by for finishing order. From race number 3, we'll have that for you momentarily. Confirmed as official, Castle House was 3rd, Chaphart 5th, Senna 2nd, Robertson the winner, Grand Spa was 4th. Rechecking 3-5-2-1-4, Robertson victorious in 2 minutes and 4/5 seconds. Turning our attention to race number 4, 2-year-old pacing fillies will square off. And also to that end, turning our attention to the individuals who have helped make this broadcast possible. The Hambletonian Society, encouraging and supporting the breeding of standardbred horses through the administration and promotion of harness racing stakes, early closing races, and other special events for more than 96 years. Of course, among the races they administer, the Hambletonian, America's Trotting Classic. Northwood Bloodstock now accepting entries to the July 18th Tattersall's sale at the Meadowlands. Entries presently scheduled to close June 22nd, so just under 2 weeks to get those entries in. Look no further than the most experienced and professional sales representation for all of your sales needs, be it public auction, private sales, appraisals, and evaluations. To learn more, please call 201-863-2082 or visit online at northwoodbloodstock.com. The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. Bigger, better, more benevolent than ever. The Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge has helped the harness racing industry raise close to $500,000 for deserving causes since 2019. Horses are on the track for race number 4. We won't have graphics for you on the post parade, since all 5 horses had Scott Zeron listed to drive, and that clearly is not the case. One Some Sweet Somewhere is owned by the Purple Haze Stables and Conrad Zurich. All 5 horses in this field trained by Linda Toscano. Some Sweet Somewhere will be driven by Yannick Gingras. Two Throw the Dice does keep Scott Zeron aboard for the Let It Ride Stables and Bottom Line Racing. 3 Mickey Rose. Up the stretchaways, Todd McCarthy driving for the Enviro Stables. Still waiting for 4 Madeira Hanover. 5 Sinner Hanover, owned by the Camelot Stable and R&I Farms, will be driven by Andy McCarthy. Now 4 Madeira Hanover is on the track. And David Miller will drive her for the South Mountain Stables, Little Lee, Mullen, and JAF Racing. We've got the drivers now accounted for. There they are on your monitor. Some Sweet Somewhere with Gingras. Throw the Dice, Zeron. Mickey Rose, Todd McCarthy. Madeira Hanover, David Miller. Sinner Hanover, Andy McCarthy. Things moving along pretty smartly here at Magical Acres, well-run operation, beautiful facility. Under the care and construction of John and Tom Cancellari. Gorgeous 5/8 mile track, many of the top stables. Not just in New Jersey, but all of harness racing located here. Linda Toscano, Per Engblom, Jim Campbell, Trond Smedshammer, Patrick Lachance, many others call Magical Acres home. And we here could not be any more delighted by the hospitality that we've received, and for the ability to bring you these 2-year-old races into your homes, into your offices, into your barns. For those of you here on the grounds at Magical Acres. Waiting for track maintenance to conclude. And then the pacing fillies will move into line. We'll have a bit of a line change after this 4th race, as race caller, chart caller, writer, what doesn't he do? Field producer and spotter this morning, John Piasek, will come in for the calls of races 5 and 6. Happy to have John here. And we'll hear from him momentarily. Race 4 from Magical Acres. Moving to the backstretch. Some Sweet Somewhere, Throw the Dice, Mickey Rose, Madeira Hanover, and Sinner Hanover. They're at the post. They're off. Throw the Dice left best of any, splitting Some Sweet Somewhere and Mickey Rose to take the early lead. Madeira Hanover floats into a joint third, 4 lengths from the front, and 2.5 away last is Sinner Hanover as they enter the first turn, and Scott Ziron has Throw the Dice on a loose 2.5 length advantage. Some Sweet Somewhere is second by 2 more. Mickey Rose is third. And now those two tighten in behind Throw the Dice. Her lead has been cut to 1.5 lengths at the conclusion of the first quarter mile. Madeira Hanover, while 5 from the front, is fourth, and 2.5 better than tail ender Sinner Hanover. They straighten away in front of us on the first occasion, and Throw the Dice leads Some Sweet Somewhere by 1.5 lengths with a circuit to go. Mickey Rose is 2 back in third, 2 more to Madeira Hanover, fourth by 2.5, and Sinner Hanover at the tail of the quintet is 8 lengths behind pace-setting Throw the Dice as they work to race's midpoint. Throw the Dice led 1 3/4 lengths to Some Sweet Somewhere past the half mile. Mickey Rose, 2 back in third, remains 4 away. Madeira Hanover's got 5.5 to make up as the pace quickens 3 furlongs from the line, and Sinner Hanover still has 8 lengths to come at the tail of the field. No movement as yet. Throw the Dice has led every step of the journey thus far. First 6 furlongs just about in the books, and she's still 1.5 lengths to the good. Some Sweet Somewhere has ridden the pocket throughout. Madeira Hanover makes a mild move up into third. She's 3 lengths off the lead and just better than Mickey Rose. 2.5 away. Sinner Hanover, yet to be heard from, is 7 off them. They come to the final furlong. Throw the Dice off the corner is chased in by Some Sweet Somewhere, maintaining second spot and now finding better. Madeira Hanover leveled off a bit. Throw the Dice digging in gamely, gets a few reminders and reaches in time, it appeared, over Some Sweet Somewhere. Then Madeira Hanover and Mickey Rose tight between them for third spot, and Sinner Hanover checked in last of all.
Yeah, go down there. Yeah.
Stewards are examining the photo finish while we await that result. We can tell you sectionals, 30 seconds even, 1 minute even, 128 and 2, 156 and 1. So a 27 and 4 sprint home. From the pace-setting Throw the Dice and the pocket-sitting Some Sweet Somewhere. And it was Throw the Dice who was victorious. The daughter of American Ideal and Fox Valley Shaker. Bred in New York to take on the world by Blue Chip Bloodstock. It was a $50,000 Lexington Select acquisition for the Let It Ride stables. And Bottom Line Racing, trained by Linda Toscano and driven by Scott Ziron. Fourth race finishing order. Waiting for it. A little bit of a programming issue there. We apologize for that. We can tell you Some Sweet Somewhere was second. Throw the Dice, the winner, Mickey Rose, was fourth. Madeira Hanover third, and Sinner Hanover was fifth. So 2:1:4:3:5 in race 4. Winning time for Throw the Dice, 1:56.1.
James, what time do you have to take off?
I have to be packed up and out around 10 o'clock at least. We're fine. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. And there's the fourth race finishing order in visual form. 2:1:4:3:5 down the page. 30, 1 minute flat, 1:28.2, 1:56.1, the winning time for Throw the Dice. Line change for the next couple races, as John Piasek will take you through races 5 and 6 here this morning from Magical Acres. One Lewes Beach in the upcoming 5th will be driven by David Miller. Still have the duplicate Zeron nomination on Third Power and Wolf Tracks. And that's since being rectified. 2 Third Power will be driven by Dexter Dunn. And we'll go to John Piasek momentarily. He'll bring you races 5 and 6 this morning on the first mile.
No worries.
Presented by 412 Communications, brought to you by the Hambletonian Society and Northwood Bloodstock.
We're on the track for the 5th race here. We got a field of 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers, and let's meet them. The one is Luz Beach, a homebred owned by Conrad Zurich and Hauser Bros Racing, trained by Linda Toscano. The driver, please note, Dave Miller. Number 2 over on the first turn is Third Power. We'll get to Third Power in a moment. He is owned by the OK Corral, trained by Jake Lehman. The driver, Shotgun Dexter Dunn. A 3, also on the first turn right now, is Wolf Tracks, owned by Dreamville Stable, trained by Paula Wellwood, and driven by Scott Zeron. Number 4 is Harry Hanover, also on the first turn. He's owned by James Slendorn, trainer Kelvin Harrison, and Jeffrey Bell. The driver is William Harrison. Number 5, Always on Top, owned by trainer Ron Coyne Jr., along with Blair Corbeil and Edward Pachuta. The driver is Todd McCarthy. And on the outside of the 6 is Current Yankee. He's owned by Yankee Land Partners LLP, trained by Brett Biddle, and the driver is Andy McCarthy. Not wasting any time here, the field has been called to the gate for race number 5. As you give a special shout out to everybody watching live right now, special thanks to James Witherite for helping put all this together. Did a fantastic job on Monday, and you'll be able to catch him and his broadcasts over the next few weeks. Once again, from the inside out, we got Luz Beach for Toscano and Dave Miller. Third Power, Lehman and Dunn. Wolf Tracks, Wellwood and Zeron. Harry Hanover, Kelvin Harrison and William Harrison. Always on Top, Coyne and Todd McCarthy. And Current Yankee, Biddle, and Andy McCarthy. We're an 1/8 of a mile out. It's post time. There, behind the gate. And they're off, and that was a slow beginning for both Harry Hanover and Always on Top, but Luz Beach was fast away, and he's going to quickly put a 1.5 in front. Now it's 2.5. Third Power got away in second, followed third by Wolf Tracks, 2 lengths back and forth to Current Yankee. Then in the 5th spot is Harry Hanover, and Always on Top trails the field, and they are strung out here early. About 14 or 15 covers this group by the opening quarter. So it's Luz Beach up top by about 3.5 lengths. In the 2nd spot, that's Third Power, followed by Wolf Tracks in 3rd. It's about 3 or 4 back to Current Yankee in 4th. Then Harry Hanover is 5th, and Always on Top trails the field. Less than a lap to go on an increasingly steamy morning here at Magical Acres. Opening quarter was clicked off in 28 and 3/5 seconds, and they head toward the half mile with Luz Beach up top by about 2.5. Third Power is back in 2nd, followed by Wolf Tracks in 3rd. 2 back to Current Yankee in 4th. Then it's Harry Hanover in 5th, and we've got about 5 or 6 to Always on Top, who is not at the moment. 59 flat for the half mile, and it's still Luz Beach in front, but Third Power, under the careful handling of Shotgun Dexter Dunn, getting a bit closer now in 2nd. Wolf Tracks is following 3rd. It's about 2.5 to Current Yankee, then Harry Hanover, and 12 back to Always on Top. They head toward 3/4 of a mile and go past that split in 127-1. It's Lou's Beach in front over third power. Wolf Track still down to the pylons third. Angling off the cones to the back is Harry Hanover. It's still Lou's Beach in top. Third power coming after him. Far outside, a big move from Wolf Tracks, who's surging. It's Lou's Beach and Wolf Tracks down to the wire. Looks like Lou's Beach held on, although Wolf Tracks was coming at him late. Then third power, about 5 or 6, back to Current Yankee, and then Harry Hanover, and well behind was Always on Top. And the final time, 1:55 and 3.
$56-3 back half, 28-2 final sectional. For one Lou's Beach, who did hold. Lou's Beach, the son of Sweet Lou out of the Some Beach Somewhere mare Bodacious. Owned and bred by Conrad Zurich and Hauser Brothers Racing Enterprises. Trained by Linda Toscano, driven to victory by the Buckeye, David Miller. Looking at the 5th race complete finishing order, there it is. Lou's Beach first, Third Power third, Wolf Tracks second, Harry Hanover 5th, Always on Top 6th, Current Yankee was 4th. Rechecking 1, 3, 2, 5, 6, 4 on the bottom. Sectionals 28-3, 59 even. 127-1, 155-3, the final time for Lou's Beach. Northwood Bloodstock now accepting entries to the July 18th Tattersall sale at the Meadowlands. Entries presently scheduled to close June 22nd. So just under 2 weeks before the catalog will be prepared. For the most experienced and professional sales representation for all of your sales needs, public auction, private sales, appraisals, and evaluations, look no further than Northwood Bloodstock. For further information, please call 201-863-2082 or visit online at northwoodbloodstock.com. The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. Bigger, better, and more benevolent than ever. The Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge has helped the harness racing industry raise close to $500,000 for deserving causes since 2019. The Breeders' Crown in 2021, presented by the Liebfeld Cats Breeding Partnership, will be in East Rutherford, New Jersey at the Meadowlands, October 29 and 30. It all comes down to the Breeders' Crown. And for many deserving causes, it all comes down to the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, who in a very short time has had a substantial impact in the harness racing community and beyond. Race 6 coming up. We know Yannick Gingras driving 5, Mimi Ocean Hanover. Still awaiting a driver on number 2, Vogue. We'll have that driver for you momentarily. It will be David Miller. Let's head to John for the 6th race post-parade.
Thank you, James. The field is on the track for race number 6. 2-year-old filly trotters lining up here. Field of 5. Number 1 is Unami Blue Chip, owned by Libfeld and Katz, Marvin and Lynn Katz, that is. Trained by Linda Toscano. The driver is Scott Zeron. Number 2 is Vogue. Vogue is owned by trainer Per Engblom, along with Wiseman Farms, McClelland, and RAW Equine. Once again, the driver, Dave Miller. Number 3, right in front of us, is Angel's Folly, owned by Michael Andrew. Trond Smedshammer trains and drives. The 4 is 7 Cupids, who's on the back stretch right now, owned by Davino Shackman and trainer Nick Drennan, the driver George Brennan. And on the outside, the 5 is Mimi Ocean Hanover, owned by Ralph Curry, trained by Annie Stobie, the driver Yannick Gingras. And that's the field for race number 6. 2-year-old filly trotters in action. No wagering, of course, but you can cheer if you want. Post time coming up in a few minutes. And it's worth noting, Mimi Ocean Hanover is the most expensive member of the field, a $125,000 purchase. Tsunami Blue Chip on the inside, also a 6-figure sale. So as you can see, the gate is moving into place, and they'll be set to go in a moment. The wings of the gate are open, and the field has been called to the gate for race number 6. 2-year-old filly trotters getting set to go here. Field of 5. And don't forget, sponsorship opportunities are still available. More information, please email the man himself, James Witherite, at james@412communications.com. And you can have your business on a NASCAR broadcast of these baby races. Field of 5 lining up here from the inside out. Unami Blue Chip, Toscano and Zeron, Vogue, Engblom and Miller, Angel's Folly for Smedshammer, 7 Cupids, Drennan and Brennan, and Mimi Ocean Hanover, Stobie, and Gingras. It's post time. This field is on gate. They're off and trotting, and there goes Vogue, who bounces out of there quickly. It puts a length and a half on top. On the outside, Mimi Ocean Hanover left well and is in second. On the inside, Angel's Folly trying to keep Mimi Ocean Hanover parked out early on, and she'll try to find a 2-hole, and now does, as Angel's Folly backs off. Back and forth, that is Unami Blue Chip, who has dropped about 6 or 7 off the lead, and it's 2 lengths back to 7 Cupids. They head by the opening quarter-mile point, and it's Vogue, up top by a length and a half over Mimi Ocean Hanover. Angel's Folly is back in third and 3 lengths off the lead. Then back and forth, that is Tsunami Blue Chip, and then 7 Cupids. The opening quarter went in 30 and 1/5 seconds, and it's Vogue up top by a length and a half. Mimi Ocean Hanover for that big price tag in second, followed by Angel's Folly in third. The back two now tighten up a bit as Scott peeks to the outside with Unami Blue Chip in fourth, but now stays to the cones, and then 7 Cupids right over that one's helmet. They head toward 3/4, and it's Vogue up top by about a length and 3/4. They click off the half-mile point, and they got to that split in 1:01 and 1. It's Vogue up top over Mimi Ocean Hanover. It's about 2 lengths back. Angel's Folly is third, now getting just a little bit closer. It's 4 lengths away to Tsunami Blue Chip, and then 7 Cupids. Not much change since the start. 3/4 about to go up, and it's Vogue up top by 2. Vogue is getting away once again from Mimi Ocean Hanover. 3/4, 1:30 and 2. Angel's Folly is in third as Vogue turns for home, strictly the one to catch. Vogue is in front on Mimi Ocean Hanover. In third is Angel's Folly. Off stride for the back was Tsunami Blue Chip. It's Vogue in front by 2, and Vogue coast to coast. Then Mimi Ocean Hanover. Angel's Folly was third, about 3 lengths behind the winner, and then 2 1/4 back to 7 Cupids, and Unami Blue Chip did get back trotting past the wire. Final time, 1:58 and 3. A good back half there from Vogue.
Our thanks to John Piasek, stepping in for the calls of races 5 and 6. And it was Vogue who got it done. In the 6th race. $60,000 Lexington Select purchase for the Engblom Stable, Wiseman Farms, McClelland, and RAW Equine. Bred in Pennsylvania by Diamond Creek Farm, trained by Per Engblom, and driven this day by David Miller. Looking at the timing of the morning, we'll be able to bring you the final 2-year-old races of the day, races 7 and 8. Before our time and travel constraints force us off the airwaves this morning. So the final 2 2-year-old races of the day will be aired, and then we'll be back on Monday at Gateway Farm with the full card of 2-year-old races from there. $1:58 and 3 the winning time for Vogue. Miller for Engblom. Finishing order, Tsunami Blue Chip 5th, Vogue the winner. 7 Cupid, Angel's Folly rather 3rd, 7 Cupids 4th, and Mimi Ocean Hanover was 2nd. Rechecking 5, 1, 3, 4, 2, Vogue victorious in the 6th. This is the first mile brought to you by 412 Communications, the Hambletonian Society, and Northwood Bloodstock.
Saturday, August 7th at the Meadowlands Racetrack. The top 3-year-old filly trotters and colt trotters compete to become champions in the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks and the $1 million Hambletonian. The greatest day in harness racing features over $3.4 million in purses. Details at hambletonian.com. The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge presented by Lidfeld Cats Breeding Partnership will raise money for 4 local charities this fall. The New Jersey Special Olympics, Encourage Kids Foundation, the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund, and the John Theurer Cancer Center. Thanks to Platinum sponsors Nancy Tactor, Ron Burke, Nifty Norman, Brett Pelling, and Tony Alanya. Gold sponsors Dale Valente Farms, Concord Farm, Marcus Molander, Julie Miller, Linda Toscano, and Hogan Equine Clinic. And drivers Dexter Dunn, Yannick Gingras, Tim TETRICK, and Dave Miller.
Back to Magical Acres in Chesterfield, New Jersey. We won't have the 9th race for you on air, the qualifier for 3-year-olds and upward, but for those of you keeping score at home, 1 Down the Road Z-Tam, 4 Queen Z-Tam, and 6 My Boy Christian will not go in that 9th qualifier. Of course, we will not have that on these airwaves. We'll be wrapping up after race number 8. Things moving along at a pretty healthy clip here this morning. And we're delighted to have each and every one of you joining us from wherever you may be for episode 2 of the 8-day run of the first mile here on 412 Communications. 2-year-old Colton Gelding trotters will square off in the 7th. Tangle Wild Road, a $90,000 Harrisburg purchase for Ken Klein, Steve Demeter, and Arthur Lucarelli. We'll start at the outside of this field of 6 as the sun starts to beat down on Magical Acres. Tangle Wild Road will be driven by Dexter Dunn for Scott Petherick. Three Chapter 7s in here, T-Rex Blue Chip, JBN, and Tangle Wild Road. Credit Arena and Snow Thunder, Sons of Credit Winner, and then Pub Hopping by Bar Hopping, Peringblom Trainee along with Snow Thunder. Horses are on the track now for race number 7. And it's time to take a closer look at them. 1 Credit Arena, son of Credit Winner, purchased for $30,000 from Harrisburg by the Purple Haze Stables, is trained and driven by Trond Smedshammer. Here's a look at 2 T-Rex Blue Chip, a $40,000 Harrisburg acquisition for the Ron Coyne Stables, Corbeil, Carney, and Carney, trained by Ron Coyne, driven by Scott Ziron. Three is Snow Thunder, owned by Winning Key Incorporated, a homebred for the late great Bob Key, trained by Pat Engblom, driven by Casper Fogat. 4 is Pub Hopping, owned by Winning Key, trained by Pat Engblom. There is as programmed, Yannick Gingras in the bike. We saw T-Rex Blue Chip there momentarily off the turn. The Pub Hopping, yes, will be driven by Yannick Gingras as programmed. 5 is JBN, traveling through the lower turn, owned by Davino Shackman in the Drennan stable, trained by Nick Drennan, driven by George Brennan. And then on the opposite side of the track is 6 Tangle Wild Road. Coming into the picture now, Dexter Dunn, clad head to toe in red, driving the $90,000 Harrisburg acquisition for Ken Klein, Steve Demeter, and Arthur Lucarelli, and trainer Scott Petherick. We will be back with you on Monday from Gateway Farm. Airtime 9:45, first post in Manalapan, New Jersey, 10 a.m. So 2 more 2-year-old races on the program today. This one, and then the upcoming 8th for 2-year-old trotting fillies. A field of 6 to go here in the 7th. Colts and geldings here. Fillies in the 8th. And that will do it for us, as our entire crew has to pack up and head to Harrah's, Philadelphia in time for the 12:25 opener there. 7th race field moving into line. Cretarina, Smedshammer. T-Rex Blue Chip, Ziron. Snow Thunder, Foguet. Pub Hopping, Gingras. JBN Brennan. Tangle Wild Road, and done. Two-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Moving on to the backstretch for race number 7 at Magical Acres. They straighten away, and they are set for the start. Gates are back, away they go. Pub Hopping away at the tail, gave them 4 lengths at the start. JBN is on a gallop at race's outset, so Snow Thunder will inherit the lead and Cretarina will inherit the pocket. They're 2 lengths better than T-Rex Blue Chip in 3rd spot. Pub Hopping away 4th is 5 lengths off the lead as they round the first turn. Tangle Wild Road is 7 from the front while in 5th, and a detached last after the early mistake. JBN is back on gate, but a good 20 or 25 off them. Off the corner, the leader is Snow Thunder, and the margin is 2 lengths. Cretarina is 2nd, T-Rex Blue Chip is 3rd, Pub Hopping is 4th. Tangle Wild Road is 5th, and 8 from the front as they move in front of us. And 10 or 12 away last of all is JBN. Opening quarter mile, 30 and 1/5 seconds. And Casper Foguet rates a comfortable tempo with Snow Thunder. The Bob Key homebred credit winner colt extends his lead now to 3 lengths with a half-mile to go. Cretarina's a patient second by 2.5 more. T-Rex Blue Chip while 3rd now is 7 off the lead as Snow Thunder lets out another notch. Pub Hopping and Tangle Wild Road are next, and JBN has caught the field, but still has 11 to make up with 3 furlongs to go. 102 and 3 for the half mile. Snow Thunder's lead was 3.5. Now it's 2 as Cretarina takes much closer order, and Pub Hopping, after the slow beginning, is worked up into 3rd. He's getting his momentum going now. He's within 3.5 lengths of the lead inside the quarter pole. They're followed by T-Rex Blue Chip, Tangle Wild Road on the move from the back of the pack, and JBN, an in-touch last of all. They come to the 8th pole. Snow Thunder maintaining a 2-length lead, 3/4 in 1 minute 32 and 1/5 seconds. Snow Thunder, now as they come back into view, leads by 1.5 lengths. The late challenge comes from Pub Hopping on the outside of Cretarina, flying is Tangle Wild Road. At the finish, it was very tight on the line. Tangle Wild Road lifted down the grandstand side. Wide of Snow Thunder and Pub Hopping, then Cretarina, T-Rex Blue Chip, and out the back JBN.
202 and 3.
2:02 and 3. The winning time.
202 and 3.
2:02 and 2, I apologize. Little miscommunication from the timer stand to us. And our view of the field obscured off the home turn.
Gotta fix the opening quarter. It was 31 flat.
And a correction on the opening quarter. 31 flat, not 30 and a fifth. And who was it at the end? Snow Thunder traveled fairly smoothly throughout. Pub Hopping made the late push, and then latest of all, Tangle Wild Road, sweeping down the grandstand side to the line. Stewards are confirming via the photograph as we speak. And the eventual winner, or I should say the ultimate winner, was Tangle Wild Road, heading down toward the stable area. Son of Chapter 7 and true friends, bred in New Jersey by Concord Stud Farm, is owned by Ken Klein, Steve Demeter, and Arthur Lucarelli, trained by Scott Petherick, and driven to victory this morning by Dexter Dunn. .202 and 2 the winning time for Tangle Wild Road. A look at the finishing order: Credarina 4th, T-Rex Blue Chip 5th, Snow Thunder 2nd, Pub Hopping 3rd, JBN 6th. Tangle Wild Road was the winner. Rechecking 4-5-2, 3-6-1. Tangle Wild Road takes the 7th. This is the first mile, brought to you by Northwood Bloodstock and the Hambletonian Society.
The 2021 Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge, presented by Lidfeld Cats Breeding Partnership, will raise money for 4 local charities this fall: the New Jersey Special Olympics, Encourage Kids Foundation, the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund, and the John Theurer Cancer Center. Thanks to platinum sponsors Nancy Tactor, Ron Burke, Nifty Norman, Brett Pelling, and Tony Alagna. Gold sponsors Dale Valente Farms, Concord Farm, Marcus Melander, Julie Miller, Linda Toscano, and Hogan Equine Clinic. And drivers Dexter Dunn, Yannick Gingras, Tim Tetrick, and Dave Miller. Saturday, August 7th at the Meadowlands Racetrack. The top 3-year-old filly trotters and colt trotters compete to become champions in the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks and the $1 million Hambletonian. The greatest day in harness racing features over $3.4 million in purses. Details at hambletonian.com.
Two-year-old trotting fillies to contest the 8th and final of the 2-year-old races here at Magical Acres this morning. Aldebaran a crux. Below the zone, Lady Montague Whistle a Song. The 4 to square off here. And then after this race, our crew's going to hightail it to Harrah's Philadelphia. 14 races there this afternoon, post time 12:25, and some of the drivers are going to be hightailing it too. Aldebaran a crux, the $77,000 purchase by Aldebaran Park Incorporated from Fairwinds Farm. Todd McCarthy driving for Jonas Arneson. Below the zone, Trond Smedshammer trains and drives the Stuart and Giuliano homebred by Father Patrick. Lady Montague, a daughter of Cantab Hall, racing for Paula Wellwood and Scott Zeron. Whistle a Song, Per Engblom, and Kasper Foget. Trotting fillies are coming onto the track. For this 8th event.
Yeah. See you next week. Same time, same channel.
And in the interest of timeliness, we'll start our post parade with 2 below the zone. 2 below the zone, trained and driven by Trond Smedshammer. And we've just heard from the stewards by way of John Piasek that one Aldebaran Crux has been scratched. Right in front of us, a good look at 3 Lady Montague, owned by the Harbor Racing Stable. Trained by Paula Wellwood, driven by Scott Ziron. $40,000 Harrisburg purchase from Oregon Larson and Westrom. And completing this field of 3, for Whistle a Song, Key Homebred, trained by Per Engblom, and driven by Kasper Fogat. Again, this will do it for us today. Back with you on Monday from Gateway. And our thanks, of course, go out to the Hambletonian Society. Nearly a century of administering and promoting and supporting harness racing here in North America. Northwood Bloodstock, the finest in sales representation. The Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. Already in just 2 years, having raised $500,000 for some very deserving causes. And the new gold standard in digital media solutions for small businesses, 412 Communications, web design, public relations, multimedia production, and more. Of course, a special thanks out to each and every one of you joining us this morning. Our field producer, Joe Sindoni, also our videographer, John Piasek, for helping out behind the scenes as well. John and Tom Cancelleri for the facilities and their hospitality. All the people, too countless to name, who helped make this operation possible. Trotting fillies moving into position for the 8th race from Magical Acres. Aldebaran Crux is scratched, leaving us with Below the Zone. Trained and driven by Trond Smedshammer. Lady Montague, Scott Ziron for Paula Wellwood. Whistle a Song, Kasper Fogat for Per Engblom. Trio of trotting fillies work their way to the backstretch for the 8th from Magical Acres' final 2-year-old race of the morning. And they are set to go. Gates fly away and racing Below the Zone with an easy lead from the inside. Pushes through up the pegs for a 1.5 length advantage over Lady Montague. And Whistle a Song eases back into 3rd as they approach the first turn. And it will be Below the Zone in complete control of the terms. 3/16 of a mile in, her lead is a 1 3/4 over Lady Montague. Whistle a Song Content to draft behind them right now, but below the zone took the first turn a little bit wide. $31-1 for the opening quarter mile with a circuit to go. Below the zone. It's been gathered back in by Smedshammer and leads by 2. Lady Montague rides along in second. Whistle a Song, a patient third, just 3.5 lengths. Behind below the zone, the filly by Father Patrick out of Cal Chip's finisher, a $70,000 purchase at Lexington. Her lead is 2 lengths up the backstretch. Over Lady Montague in second and Whistle a Song third. The half mile was timed in 1:01.2. They're just inside their point of departure, and now they tighten in behind below the zone. The tempo picks up. Lady Montague has closed off the pocket in full. Whistle a Song still biding her time, 3 lengths off the lead with 2 furlongs to go. No changes in order on the far turn. 3/4 in 132 flat. They've tightened in now behind below the zone, and the field turns for home with the daughter of Father Patrick still a length and a half to the good. Lady Montague gives futile pursuit. Whistle a Song's lifting mildly up the outside. Now we find more from Lady Montague out of the pocket, and was it just enough? Might have been. She looked to be even at best off the corner, but after a few strides on the straightaway, Lady Montague found more. More to the tune of a 28-4 closing quarter to cap a 2 minutes and 4/5 of a second mile. And it was indeed Lady Montague who got there. In the interest of brevity, there's the finishing order. Aldebaran a Crux scratch below the zone second. Lady Montague the winner. Whistle a Song third. Rechecking scratch 2, 1, and 3. Winning time 2 minutes and 4/5 of a second for Lady Montague, who reached in time. The daughter of Cantab Hall and Traviata was bred by Oregon Larson and Westrom, owned by the Harbor Racing Stable. The $40,000 Harrisburg acquisition for them, trained by Paula Wellwood and driven to victory this morning by Scott Zeron. That will do it for us. We're back on Monday from Gateway Farm. First post 10 a.m., airtime 9:45 from Manalapan, New Jersey. This has been James Witherite. For Joe Sindoni, John Piasek, the whole crew, thank you for joining us on the First Mile, and we'll see you again on Monday.